Welcome back everyone, I'm Val and today we are in Hua Hin, a city that is the perfect escapade from Bangkok's busy life. So today I bring you the perfect 3 days itinerary for this amazing place. So let's get to it. 200 kilometers south of Bangkok, you will find the resort town of Hua Hin, a coastal city famous for its seafood and, as its name says, all the luxury resort hotels that are in this place. It is perfect for a weekend getaway from the busy life in Bangkok, but for this trip we're not staying in one of those. Instead, we're visiting all the hidden gems and touristy gems of this amazing place. So without further ado, let's go to day one. On our first day, we actually enjoyed a Western-like breakfast in an amazing place called Andreana's before actually going to our first stop of the day. At a 20 minutes drive from the city, we find our first stop, which is Pranbury Forest Park, a very beautiful secluded corner of nature that you definitely must visit when you come to Hua Hin. There is no public transport that takes you here, so if you're renting a car or a bike in Hua Hin, you can arrive here easily, or just as in many other places of Thailand, Grab works here. So you can just order a Grab to bring you to this place. There is no entrance fee for the park, but you can definitely find boats that will take you to the local fishermen's village that are around 500 baht. And the biggest attraction of this place is the mangrove wooden walk. That is the perfect spot for nature lovers in this place. The easiest way to get to Hua Hin is actually grabbing a train from Bangkok. The train is around a 5 hours ride to Hua Hin's main train station and it's a direct train. Depending on if you book it with air conditioning or not, it may vary in price. You can also find minivans and buses that take you to the city and of course will take you back to Bangkok. Many of the spots you will find here in Hua Hin are actually outside of the city. That's because the town has a lot to offer for nature lovers. To visit many of those places, you can actually book tours either in Hua Hin or online. But just like Pranbury Forest Park, you can actually visit it without booking a tour. You just get there and walk alone. Our next stop, as you can see, is the Khao Takiap Temple, which is on the way back to the city. It is very beautiful and it has a beautiful view of Hua Hin. There are a lot of monkeys around the temple. Remember not to feed them because monkeys in Thailand are not necessarily aggressive, but they are very possessive for food and with food. So just keep that in mind. So after the visiting, we came to Takiap Beach, which gets its name because you can see the Takiap Temple from down here. It's a very cool place for relaxing just to finish your day. The ocean is very calm and warm, so you should definitely take a stroll over here before actually going for dinner. After a few hours at the beach, we decided to have dinner in Hua Hin's night market, which is the perfect spot to end your day, where you can find many souvenirs and the popular Thai street food. Everything in the market is very affordable, and remember that Hua Hin's specialty is seafood, so you can find a variety of those at the market. For our second day, we decided to take a tour to the Khao Sam Roy Yot National Park and the Praia Nakhon Cave. The tour starts actually very early in the morning. We got picked up at our accommodation with a van. First, they took us to the fisherman village that is inside the park. We managed to take very nice pictures in there, and then they drove us to take a boat to the Lem Sala beach. That is where the foot of the Praia Nakhon Cave climb is. We took a rest by the beach and then we started a little hike up the mountain to get into the cave, which is one of the most photogenic spots here in Hua Hin. The climb up here is around 800 meters hike. If you're not ready for that, keep it in mind. It's not that hard, but it's like around 500 meters up, 300 meters down to enter the cave. Wear comfortable shoes and make sure to take plenty of water. The view is amazing from the top before you descend to the cave, so it is actually really worth it. The national park also has the Cao Daeng viewpoint, which is also a place that you should visit. It was not included in our tour, but you can actually visit it on your own if you take transportation up there. After checking the cave and the dry waterfall and everything, we climbed back down and had lunch in the same beach in a Thai restaurant, which was also included in the tour. After that, they took us back to our accommodation in the center of Hua Hin. The tour is around 6 to 7 hours and the ticket cost was around $80 per person. So after the park's very nice tour, I decided to come and relax at Hua Hin Beach, who is just right at the center of the city. It's another of the highlight spots from here. The beach is beautiful and has tons of activities, things to offer, bars, and even some cafes and restaurants. Or you can simply just use it to relax and take a break and swim if you love the ocean. That night we decided to visit the second most popular market in Hua Hin, which is the Sikara market, very famous for being more of an artist vibe rather than other things, and it has a food court in the center of the market. So today is day 3, our last day in Hua Hin, and I decided to come and see the last few places that are left in the center of the city. If you do this 3-day itinerary, you can do exactly the same on your last day. When you have your transport either back to Bangkok or to any other place, you can visit all the spots that you left behind in the city. So with that, I checked out of my hostel and took a grab bike to the Cao Hin Lake 5 viewpoint. The beautiful viewpoint, we took another grab to Wat Hua Hin, that is the most popular temple in the city center. And after watching some of the locals pay merit in the temple, we finally went to our final destination, that was the Blue Port Mall. It was a very good place to end our 3rd day before I waited for my bus back to Bangkok. And in there you can find, of course, several restaurants, cafes, and places to do shopping. Finally, let's talk about the other things in the itinerary that are very important when you come to Hua Hin. One of them is accommodation. I actually decided to stay for 3 nights here in this city, meaning that I came from Bangkok on the night of the 4th day, so I could take advantage of the full 3 days. I decided to go back to Bangkok on the last day in the afternoon, so I could use my morning to see the last few things. My accommodation was around $16 per night because I decided to book a budget private room, but you can find hostels for much cheaper prices. Regarding the transportation, you can either rent a motorbike or a car here in Hua Hin to move around the city. But if you cannot drive, just like myself, the app Grab works everywhere in here, just like in most places in Thailand. So you can order a motorbike to move around the city or a car. And as you know, food here in Thailand is very affordable, but if you want to have breakfasts that are more Western-like, here in Hua Hin, you're gonna find that they are a little bit more pricey than other foods in Thailand. But there are plenty of cafes, restaurants, and the specialty of this city is actually seafood, so you will find plenty of places to eat that offer all kinds of things. If you have more time and decide to do this itinerary in 2 days rather than 3, you can also go and visit the Phetchaburi city, which is not that far from Hua Hin. In there you can find another cave and a historical part that is very worth visiting. And that's all for today's video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like it and to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my content. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all on the next trip.